Hey guys, what's going on? So in today's Black Ops 3 video, I wanted to talk about the 3 best specialist abilities. So overall and for general purpose use, I think the gravity spikes, overdrive, and kinetic armor are the 3 best abilities in this game. Now I would say stuff like active camo and reject definitely have its place. Same for combat focus, there's definitely a really big role for these, but unfortunately they have not made top 3. I think kinetic armor, gravity spikes, and overdrive have a lot more than 1 or 2 uses in the game. You can use them in various game modes strategically and do very well with them. So starting off with the gravity spikes, I think these are imperative to have at least a couple on your team if you're playing domination or hardpoint or something like that, because you can basically just clear out a zone and recap it for yourself. I personally use gravity spikes in domination because there are some flags you can round a corner and the people on the flag can't really see you that well before you're right on top of them, and you can easily take out groups of enemies sitting on a flag. The same thing works for hardpoint. I've actually jumped through windows and off balconies to clear a hardpoint with gravity spikes, and I do so with ease. So overall, the gravity spikes are extremely good for point control. And also, a side use of the gravity spikes is if you're getting shot, you can turn around and do what I like to call panic spike, where you basically just use your gravity spikes on one enemy just to save your own life. Now obviously it's a bit of a waste, but if someone gets a jump on you, it's an easy way to win the gunfight. This is especially helpful if you're on some kind of streak. Now moving on to overdrive, there's at least one game mode I can think of where overdrive is really useful, and that's uplink. Uplink is essentially a game of basketball, except the ball spawns in the middle, and whoever gets it just has to run the ball to the opposing side. But what if you have the ability to run twice as fast as everyone else? So obviously this gives you a slight advantage, and slight being an understatement. You can basically run halfway across the map, or essentially into your enemy's goal, in a couple seconds. And you can be pretty creative with overdrive. You can use it in many different ways. Something I just thought of is you can use it in search and destroy if you want to plant a bomb very early in the round. You don't have to beat around the bush much. You can just use your overdrive, sprint directly to the bomb, and arm it before the other team even can make it to the bomb. This can give you a huge advantage in search and destroy because then you catch the other team completely off guard. And also if you're running a shotgun and you have to close a gap between an enemy very quickly, you can pop overdrive, do a couple wall runs, and make it over to the enemy before they can actually shoot you. So like I said, there's probably a ton of uses for overdrive. All in all, overdrive is such a versatile ability, there's so much you can do with it. And lastly, I want to talk about kinetic armor. This is my personal favorite, and it essentially turns you into a juggernaut on call. And you can think of it in terms of zombies. You drink the juggernaut bottle and you can actually take more hits from the zombies without going down. So for most players that play zombies, that's the first perk you want to get. Now I did say gravity spikes were good for taking over points of control, and I also said overdrive is good for rushing people and catching them off guard. But I think kinetic armor is the best because it can also do those things. So let's say you want to cap a flag, you can pop your kinetic armor, rush into a room, rush into an open area, and you can take a bunch more hits than you normally could, and hopefully clear off an entire flag. Now let's say the opposing team in uplink is camping their base. You have the ball and you're rushing them, and if you want to get a slam dunk, you basically have to run into their bullets. It either takes an extreme amount of luck to get through a firing squad like that, or you can just use kinetic armor. And more than just being a tank, kinetic armor can just help you with winning gunfights in general. You can use it before or in the middle of a gunfight to save yourself, make yourself invincible for a short amount of time, and hopefully finish off the guy you're fighting. So obviously the bread and butter of Call of Duty is player versus player gunfights, and with kinetic armor it just makes multiplayer a whole lot easier. Now obviously I left all the abilities that kill people out, like the Ripper, the Purifier, the Scythe, Hive. Basically every class has a killing weapon, and I left these out because they essentially all do the same thing in different ways. I wanted to focus more on the unique abilities like Glitch and Vision Pulse. Those are very different and they have different uses. You can use them in many different ways, and you can definitely use them in wrong ways. Unlike, say, the Tempest, your only goal is to shoot people with it, and it's pretty much just a weapon. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Just remember, this is my opinion, and you can use whatever specialist you want, regardless of what I think about them. So once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Check my channel for daily content, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.